Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a review on fractions. It's not in the book, but I just kind of wanted to go over it just so that we make sure we're all on the same page with this. So when you're adding fractions, if you have a fraction like 1/2 plus 1/2, you could also have a different situation like 1/2 plus 1/4. So the question here is, how are these two things different? If you look at the number on the bottom, this is what tells us what we need to do. So these two have the same number on the bottom. These two have different numbers. This is called common denominator. The number on the bottom is called the denominator. The number on top is the numerator. So if we have common denominators, we can just simply add. You add the numerator plus the numerator. 1 plus 1 is 2. And you keep the denominator the same. So 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 2 halves, 2 over 2, which is 1. Okay, but in a situation where you have 2 as a denominator and 4 as a denominator, what you have to do is you have to make them common. You have to make them the same number. So I drew a picture of 1/2 here, and what we have to do is we have to divide. Here's also the same picture, but we have to divide 1/2 evenly so that now it's broken up into fourths. So now how many fourths is this? 1, 2. So that's why 1/2 is now 2 fourths plus 1/4, which stayed the same. 2 plus 1 is 3. 4 stays the denominator. So now we have 3 fourths. Okay, so another example, 2/3 plus 1/2. Okay, so right now I have 2/3 colored in, 2 of the 3, and I have 1/2 colored in. Well, what I have to do is I have to figure out, how do I figure out what the common denominator is? Well, I take my 2/3 here and I split them to give me 6. Because if you think of the common multiples of 3 and 2, you have like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Then you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. What you want to do is you want to find numbers that they have in common, like 6 and 12. But you also want to go with the lowest common denominator, or the lowest common multiple. That's how I knew it was going to be 6. So I split this into sixths and then this into sixths. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sixths in 2/3, and there's 3 sixths in 1/2. And if you just add the numerators like before, you get 7 sixths. But what that is here's my 1, 2, 3, 4 sixths from here. Here's my 1, 2, 3 sixths from here. When I add them together, I get 6 sixths here. That's a whole. And then I have 1 sixth left over. So actually 7 sixths is going to need to get changed to 1 and 1 sixth. Now multiplying fractions is a little bit simpler, but you do have to remember that it's 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. Because when you say 1/2 times 1/2, the times 1/2 actually means times 1 divided by 2. Okay? So that's really like 1/2 times 1, which anything times 1 is that itself. So now I'm at 1/2 divided by 2. Well, here's 1/2 colored in, and if I divide that in half, or divide that by 2, I'm left with 1/4. So 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4.